The worst blue-green algae bloom in Florida history.
Last year had the worst blue-green algae blooms in Florida history.
A blue-green algae called Lyngbya majuscula is what's caused.
For Florida's ocean and coast, this is an all-hands-on-deck moment. All-hands-on-deck moment.
This is one of the most beautiful places in Florida and one of the most beautiful places in the United States and maybe even in the world. It's certainly unique. Kings Bay is this freshwater body, mostly freshwater, only 7 miles from the Gulf of Mexico. That doesn't occur other places in the world. Generally, you'd have an estuary. It's spectacular in its beauty. It was even more spectacular in the past when we had a solid bed of eelgrass throughout the entire bay. And what's so exciting about this time is as this eelgrass comes back in and begins to proliferate, we're beginning to see the ecosystem that was, the ecosystem that gave this place the name Crystal River.
So what we're seeing now, a completely different world from just a few years ago. But to really understand where we're at, you've got to go back even further into the 80s, when a group came in and tried to get rid of an invasive species called hydrilla.
Hydrilla causes significant environmental and economic problems in Florida and elsewhere.
They killed off the plant, but made a big mistake by leaving it on the bottom of our waterways to decay and rot and really just get gross down there. Then, fast forward to 1993, the no-name storm hits. It causes even more devastation by pushing a ton of salt water into our springs, killing off all the plant life that's there, which then, of course, falls to the bottom, continues to decay, and layers of muck continue to build up, setting the perfect environment for another species to come in and flourish. This species, Lyngbya.
Anybody who visited here in the past 10 years knows what Lyngbya algae is. It's a nuisance, it's a threat. It just took over the bay and made it a mess.
Now, this continues to worsen and build on itself until 2015, when a group of concerned citizens bands together, forms Save Crystal River, and they start to implement their 3-step plan.
So stage 1, we have to remove the muck off the bottom of the canals. There's several feet of dead material that's smothering the bottom of these canals, and we have to vacuum that off with special equipment. And then stage 2, we replant the area with native eelgrasses, and we put them in these protective cages so that the roots can get really well established. And then we maintain those cages, which is stage 3. So for 1 year, we scrub those cages, we check on our plants, and then after a year, the plants are strong enough to survive without their protection, and we can take those cages away, and then when the manatees graze, it doesn't pull up the roots of the plants.
So far, we've actively restored over 20 acres of eelgrass meadows here in Crystal River. However, this project's created a halo effect, and so that the grasses are growing outside the original planted and protected areas. So the investment in the upland canals is creating downstream effects, and that's what's important. Once you overcome the tipping point, it's a snowball downhill.
We never could have imagined how quickly we would see this happening and the dramatic changes we would see just over a few short years, and we're really just scratching the surface. If you want to see more about what we're doing right here in Crystal River, visit our website, kingsbayrestorationproject.com.